Keionte, Brian Matthews, AuburnSports.com.
How you doing?
Tell me what it's been like getting here just a few days before the start of fall and going through all that, and then being here where you're playing a whole bunch of snaps every game.
It's definitely a blessing. Coming in so late and getting the opportunity to get on the field is definitely a blessing.
Were you a little surprised that it happened this quick for you, or did you have some goals coming in to try to make an immediate impact?
For sure, I definitely had some goals to come in and make an immediate impact on the team. However, that was one thing I based my mind off of however that comes, just to be ready for that opportunity.
Thank you, Keionte.
Hey, boss.
New bias will on L.com. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, brother. Good to see you. On that last play, I watched it several times. Do you think you would have gotten there?
To be honest, in my mind, I'm just thinking, as the game's going on, the game's on the line. So I'm just trying to, the motto of the week was to play the play. And to be honest, I was just playing the play.
And then just to follow up,
Yeah.
like how close was that? I mean, and what did you see on the play? 'Cause you were the closest one to it.
To be honest, I was on the back side of the play, so I didn't really get to see what was going on. I just seen the ball like kind of leaking, and I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I might get a shot, and I'm just looking at him. I'm like, I'm just trying to meet him at the line, and then as soon as I got close enough, I just threw my body at him, and I looked at the board, and I seen him drop it before, and I was like, man, we just got blessed for sure.
Jason.
Keionte, just talk about how important guys like Jalen and Nehemiah, some of those older guys, were for you in helping you kind of get prepared defensively to come in.
Yeah, definitely. So I've been on a visit, my official visit. It was the first time I met those guys, and we bonded there. I made sure I got really close to them there on that visit. And then during my process of trying to finish up my academics, we were close. So when I got here, it wasn't no gap in between us. We were already close then, and then they just picked me up and helped me along through the process of getting through fall camp and how it was going, and also the breakdown of the defense, and just learning that, and they helped me pick it up really fast.
Did you have a kind of a general idea even before you got here, kind of maybe the expectations for you in terms of defensively?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. That was one thing that the coaches did a good job on of explaining to me during my recruiting process of what that was going to be like.
Nathan.
Keionte, when we talked to Sim about you and that what you guys talked about over the summer, what was that process like? He kind of mentioned you guys go back and forth, and you'd ask about defensive plays and stuff like that before you were on campus. Just what was that process like? What were some of the things y'all exchanged?
Yeah, definitely. It was just like make sure we build our relationship up early with me knowing I'm gonna come here, and just some of the stuff I got questions on or anything I really needed. Sim was he did a good job of being that veteran in the defense and helping me out.
Stoltz.
Brian Stoltz, Auburn Rivals. On those punt returns in the game against Missouri, Coach said you kind of lost it in the sun, and the sun was a factor.
Yeah. So in the first half, we were back against the sun, and I was able to get a good read on all the balls. But then once the field switch was my first time, having to deal with the sun, and I feel like it got the best of me at some times. But I also was just in my brain, I was just thinking like, I can't see the ball, and I was just trying to help with field position, where the field was going to be after the ball, because I couldn't see it, and I was trying to get my hand, but the punter did a really good job of hanging it high. So when I was trying to blind it, I still had to pick my head up, so the sun was just coming through. So, me and myself, I texted Coach Rock after, and it was like, I got to do a better job of being prepared. I knew that was going to be a factor, but I didn't think when we coming out, I didn't think the sun was going to be as a problem. And definitely, as you can see, it gave their punt returner a hard time too. Also, when their back was turned, it was my first time, but I definitely would do a better job of managing and being prepared for it.
Is there a way you can prepare for the sun? That's kind of a stupid question.
With a punter like that, the best thing, as Coach Cadillac did a good job of explaining it. Like, the best thing to do in that situation is just get away from the ball, and then hope for the best. Hope we get a good bounce. Like I said, the punter did a great job of hanging those things up. So just gotta manage.
Brian.
Yes, Brian Matthews again, AuburnSports.com. How tough is it to play the nickel position, and what kind of skill set do you have to have to sort of?
Man, that's a good question. Actually, I feel like nickel is one of those positions on the field where you kind of got to be versatile, and me coming in as a corner, I'm not used to having as much space as you get in the nickel. The routes, the route receivers get a little bit more options of what they want to do to you. It's definitely something you got to be able to, tackle cover guys. Most of the teams, their best guys are in the slot. So you get to see good opponents every week. So, you know, it's a position definitely mentally challenges you. You got to be able to think, you know, got to be able to read, run, pass, and stuff like that. So it's definitely a very complex position on the field.
I can have a quick follow-up. Back to punt returns. You feel like you're close, that you're,
Yeah,
you're going to get
man,
one?
we're a couple blocks away, you know, on some of those. And also just, you know, and sometimes also like most of those are blocks, you know, called blocks, and me just trying to, you know, make a play for my team, just trying to get good catch on it and then make a couple guys miss and you know, set the offense up pretty good.
Mark?
Yeah, Mark Murphy inside the Auburn Tigers. What's your experience as a returner? How long you been doing it, and kickoffs too?
So I've always returned, not really punt return. It's kind of like my, I would say like, I've had experience in the past, but like in the collegiate level, this is my first time returning punts in the collegiate level.
Nathan?
Keionte, you've had a couple that you're just sort of attacking the ball once it rolls off your head. Have you always kind of had that aggressive mentality when it comes to returns?
For sure. I definitely think that, you know, in my mind, I'm just like, if I get a good bounce on any of those Peter calls, which is like telling my team to get away from it, if I get a good bounce, I mean, I'll just save position for my offense. I'm always just trying to set my offense up to be in the best position on the field always.
Tom?
Tom Reno.com. I know you obviously came in very prepared and, you know, communicated with a lot of guys before you got here, but were you surprised that you caught on as quick as you did in fall camp?
I definitely can say junior college helped me with a lot of that stuff because some of the terms and the way things play out on the defensive side of the ball definitely was done during my junior college experience, and you know, that's why it's not hard for them to recruit junior college athletes because they understand that, you know, we're coming with the mind and also the knowledge of how things go and how this college football, like how programs work.
Everybody good?
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks,
guys.
man.
Thank you, guys.